Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday fun day. Got another vibes, man. Let's get it. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody had a good weekend? Let me see. Like the intro? Appreciate that, man. Thank you. It's good, everybody. Jaden, jabbed him. Sherman, Nicole, Kyle, Diggs. It's good, Dre. New Jack, Honcho, Mike. Money, Steadfast, Pascal, what's good, brother? EJ, Nell, Reese, what's good, Hubs? Sean, Taurus, Simone, Colleen, what's good, everybody? Nell, what's good, fam? Yorkie, what's good? Thomas, what's up? I ain't gonna lie, but I am tired as shit. Tired as a muddy sucker. Exhausted. What's good, everybody? Tony, what's good, man? Lakeisha. Is it Lakeisha or Lake Isha? Lakeisha, Lake Isha. Stone, was good, brother? Lalo, was good? Henny James, was good, man? Happy Sunday, everybody. I would have my camera on, but I decided it was a great idea about 3 hours ago that I was going to redo my office, and didn't quite get done. So I'll finish it sometime this week. But yeah, man, I had a great weekend. This weekend was fire, man. Definitely a great weekend for sure. Blue and white candles. Oh, that's a crossover. Bullish or bearish. Bullish being blue, bearish being white. But alrighty, you guys, let's get it, man. Welcome in, everybody. For anybody that's new here, welcome. For anybody that attends regularly, welcome. I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. As always, man. First things first here, we're going to hop into the economic calendar, and then we're going to get into the watch list for the week ahead. You get off probation on Thursday? Fuck yeah, man. There's no other feeling like that. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of like debatable, because people who really are doing the right thing, like if you're getting off probation, it's like whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're doing the same shit that you've been doing, you're the right thing, right? But people, I feel like, who have intentions on fucking up, like probation to them is like a celebration because they're gonna go back to doing that wild shit. You know what I mean? All right, let's get it, y'all. First things first, as always, let's get into what we got to look forward to for this week. They must know I'm hungry as shit playing all these fucking little commercials. I am starving right now. Starving. Here we go. We are going into Monday, November 10th. Nothing of importance here. Nothing on Tuesday. Nothing on Wednesday. But a very big day here on Thursday, November 13th. We have CPI. We also have jobless claims. And we also have non-farm productivity. The most important being CPI, number one. And then two, jobless claims. I do not know if this report is going to come out, considering the government is still shut down, which is pretty wild considering that this is the longest government shutdown ever, right? I don't know how that can be bullish, but hey, it is what it is. Thursday, very big day. Friday, nothing, right? So if you guys notice, right, we have really nothing to worry about this week, right? We could trade freely. We can swing freely. It hasn't been that way because we've had FOMC, we've had major earnings, right? There's been a lot going on in the market to we couldn't swing confidently, right? The only thing we could really swing confidently was VIX. That was a no-brainer, absolute monster trade. Speaking of it, the 5K challenge we started less than a month and a half ago is up almost 60% to date. We've taken 5 trades, and all 5 trades were winners. Not just winners, but 50 to 100% plus. So we've essentially, made half of the account in a month's time, which is pretty insane. Pretty insane. And the big thing is with the government shutdown, right, is, it's priced in. Right, I think like the government reopening is priced in. Like, how is it not? Right, you guys agree or disagree? Like, how would the government reopening not be priced in? Does everyone think it's gonna stay shut down forever? Right, like, am I tripping for thinking that? Like it has to be priced in because it's gonna open eventually, right? Like the government being shut down, like I figured that would be like obviously bearish. But, like, outside of that, no. I mean, how could that be bullish? Like the government reopening. Like we all know it's going to reopen, right? It's not like a surprise. Nothing good's going to come from it. You know what I mean? So that's my mindset is like, I feel like when they do announce like the government's reopening, I feel like that's going to be like a bearish catalyst in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like. But what I really want to talk about right now is this NQ chart. There's actually a setup coming into play right this second. And I definitely want to take it. So we got to pay close attention to what's going on here. We'll get into this chart in a moment, but I just want to talk about it real quick. You guys can see we are retesting this massive structure, which provided that significant move lower last week's session. So this is the top watch here, right? This is the top watch. What we are essentially seeing right now, right? We have a 700-point move from Friday's low with essential no relief, right? And now we have this gap fill here. So that's kind of my top watch going into tomorrow. We'll talk about this more in depth in a moment. But what I'm watching for is what we're seeing, right? Rejection, 25,440. Back below, 25,400. That's the A+ short setup for the gap fill. That's my top watch right now. But obviously that takes a while to play out. They just reached a deal on what? What the deal regarding what? I mean, what's the deal? Yeah, I mean, I don't see. But then again, I'm not super knowledgeable on that type of stuff, to be honest with you. For being very honest, I'm not like a fucking political wizard or know what the fuck's going on, really, right? If we're being honest here, I really don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know how to do is read a chart, if we're being honest. But give me 2 seconds here, guys. Fixing this government opens tomorrow. That's what I'm saying, bro. A lot of you guys, I feel like, are just talking out your ass. No offense. But here we are. This is essentially the first red monthly candle in 8 months. We've had rising volume this whole move, right? It's been a very strong move. We can all agree on that. But this is the first pullback on this monthly chart. And I know you guys probably don't see it, but I see it. It'll come with experience. We're retesting a massive structure. This type of setup translates to a lower time frame structure. So, I mean, if we're being technical here, we've seen the same thing right here, right? Exaggerated sell-off, instantly bought back up into new highs. So, as much as I want to say, hey, we could see lower, I mean, we haven't really gotten out of the woods yet, right? We have a break of trend though, so that's one good thing. We have a lot of volume on that move last week's session. So, I think the chart looks good. I do, but I'm not convinced on anything yet. What would convince me, right? First off, let me fix this. What would convince me is some type of structure shift, right? Because as of now, we're still making higher lows, right? That is for sure. So what we need to see now, if we do want to be bearish, is we need a lower high, right? Somewhere below this 25,900. So this is a tricky scenario because now, right, the big question is this going to be a daily higher low, or are we going to make a daily lower high, right? That's the big question for this week, right? Or really moving forward, like where do we go from here, right? That's the big question. I mean, if you take this hourly chart for face value, we are in a downtrend. We have a high, a low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, and we're still beneath that recent lower high. So if you're, we're being technical here, right? We are in a downtrend, right? This is also what you would call a descending scallop, which is what I like to call curling, right? When you have that curling notion. And for those who don't know, that's a real pattern. Ascending scallop, descending scallop. But where do we go from here, right? Now we're back in supply after holding a fairly big demand, right? From Friday's low, we're up 700 points, okay? We haven't even seen a pullback in that move. So for me, this is going to be a little tricky, right? This is the level we want to watch. You guys can see just as well as I can. There's two very important levels here. And I want to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. We have a little downtrend formed. We have the structure we're testing, and then we have that 25,600, right? So, as much as I want to say, hey, we're strong, we held demand, we're still below all of these absolute massive supplies. So it's going to be a very tricky time for us. And what I want to watch is 25,440 for a failure. Gap fill back down into 25,200. Lose 25,200, we're going back to daily lows. Now, if we hold here, break 25,440, it's likely we're going to squeeze higher into like 25,600, which is the next supply, and then that 25,900 is the line in the sand. This is not ideal, right? Because what do we have from last week? Massive dump, and now we have a massive pump. So again, we need some structure here, right? We need maybe pullback, higher low for longs, or we need that lower high and then weakness again for shorts. Like right now, there's nothing you can do with this, right? Like this is what? This could be like this, right? Just a little dead cat bounce for lower. Or this could be, hey, that higher low for higher. We don't know, right? We have obviously the rejection off all-time highs, and we have a demand hold. Now we're, within those parameters. So it's like, all right, what's up, man? You know what I mean? So now we're in that area. But that's what I'm watching there on NQ. I will take a setup tonight, as always. If you guys know, if we catch a nice entry, we have a nice little trend to go off of here. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, here's this jackass, right? Okay, here we go. I dare you to do what you just asked me to do, right? I'll just do this for you real quick, okay? Before we go any further, right? Here, I'll zoom in real big for you, right? Last week, 72% win rate, right? Do the numbers, right? Whatever you want to do, right? This is what a real live account looks like for one, and two, right? Just look at the stats. Fuck this number, right? This number doesn't mean anything, right? None of this number means anything. What means the most out of all of this? Number one, I know I have a working system. Two, and three, I know I have a positive profit factor, which equals profitability, right? Look at my average hold time to average losing. Look at my average winning trade to average losing trade, right? Like, I mean, bro, I'm the one person that you don't do that to. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go comment someone else, I guarantee you they couldn't do that if they tried, right? They need time to Photoshop it and do all that stuff. But that doesn't matter, right? What I just showed you was just numbers. I'm broke, right? I'm not going to ask for donations, but they would help. You know, I need to pay rent this month somehow. Anyway, ES. Nah, it's all good, man. Some people, you know, you just got to show them. ES is literally identical chart, right? Identical chart to the T. So what I want to talk about here is essentially the same thing, right? We're still maintaining structure, right? We have higher lows throughout this whole move. So, you know, it's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. Big levels I want to prioritize here. Number 1, 6850. Number 2, 6800. Number 3, 6655. Number 1 is we fail 6800, get back below 6770. That's the A plus short setup. Right there, okay? Now, if we reclaim 6800, we probably do squeeze back into 6850. And that's where we can watch for a higher conviction rejection. Now, if we reclaim 6850, shorts are off the table, right? Do not short above that. You're going to get smacked in the mouth. All right? Now, again, 6800, below 6770. That's the A plus short setup. Downside, line in the sand, previous week's low. Next, we have RTY. I mean, I feel like this chart kind of tells the story, right? What did we do last week? We just pulled back into demand. Not only did we pull back into demand, but we held, right? And all of these daily charts have the same opportunity, right? All of these daily charts have the same opportunity, right? We have a strong pin bar here, right? It's as simple as tonight into tomorrow, NQ's above 25, 355, that's bullish. But if we fail, get back below 25, 355, fail that previous day's high, that's the A plus short setup, back below tonight's overnight low for lower, okay? I'm not going to go over that again because this is a big part of my strategy, but exactly what I just said here is applied to ES, okay? Reject 6800, get back below previous day's high, 6770, that's the A plus short setup, okay? Exactly like that. If we're above 6770, that's technically, you know, the scenario for us to go higher, okay? So it's simple as using that previous day's high as your reference tonight going into tomorrow. That's all you really need to worry about. RTY, same thing, right? We have that big bullish pin bar. If we fail that previous day's high, we're going to fill and engulf that whole pin bar, okay? Big levels here, where we're at right now. Look at it. This is the level that matters. 2460, 2380. YM, same thing. Look at the strength of this trend line. Third touch, bing, bing, bing. Also, it's a major demand. But again, same setup here, right? Massive bullish pin bar off of this demand. If we fail that previous day's high, which is roughly 47,150, right? Fail that previous day's high, get weak. That's the A plus short setup. ES, NQ, RTY, YM, these are all the same charts. Same setup in play. Above the previous day's high, that's the bullish scenario. Below it is the A plus short setup. Okay? That's all you need to remember. Now, these are two charts I want to go very in depth on. Right? Silver. Does anybody know what this is called? What is this called right here? What is this called? I hate this YouTube delay, man. I really hope Kick gets back to me soon so I can hop back on over there. That shit is fucking for the birds. Drop base, right? So two things can come from this. Drop base rally, drop base drop. And right now, we are in this supply. So this is where you would want to trade, right? You could argue, right, This is some form of inverted head and shoulders, right? But that really doesn't matter. What matters is this level here, 49.2, right? If we get that break and that failure, that could be a nice short opportunity. If we get that break and hold, this is the squeeze territory, okay? So that's all you need to worry about. Top of the range, bottom of the range, opportunity either way. Gold, identical, okay? Identical. This could be a weekly high or low, right? Very much so. What I'm watching on gold is one level, 40.50. Previous week's high. Above it, bullish. Below it, bearish. If we fail that previous week's high and get weak, that's the A+ short scenario, targeting 3,900. If we retain this previous week's high and start to build on that lower time frame, this is going to turn into a parabolic squeeze, okay? Look at the strength of this level. If we can break here, there's nothing in the 4,200, all right? These are the type of levels you want to trade at. So make sure you guys are locked in here, all right? What else we got? That's pretty much it there. Let's get into these individual names. Looks like the shorts already got squeezed out. Possibly. What do you guys think this week? Going higher, lower? Where are you guys at? We going higher or lower? Excuse me. What are we doing? Higher or lower? Give me 1 second here. Let me see this fix. Okay. Yeah, Friday's close, but the thing is with Friday's close, right? A lot of people interpret this as bullish, but this could also be bearish if we sweep that previous high and fail. So this could be a bullish or bearish scenario, right? Same thing we've seen here. Seen that nice strong bullish closure. Next day got absolutely smacked, so it's either way. Okay, a lot of you guys were saying higher. Okay, interesting. All right, let's get these individual names. Number 1, Microsoft. Major demand. 490 is the level. Major supply. 505 is the level. My game plan here is watching for 2 things. 1, pop back into the supply for rejection. 2, below 490 for lower. That's the bearish scenarios. Bullish scenario is, hey, pull back, hold this demand again. We can go long. Or 2, reclaim 505. Okay? So my decision-making levels here are going to be 505 and 490. Next, we have Apple. Beautiful chart here. Have that nice little base formed. And my game plan is simple as, hey, watching top of the base, bottom of the base. Below 266 on Apple. That's the top short watch down into 260, 255. Above 273.50, top long watch, 278, all-time highs, 285. And that's the nature of this chart. I would consider both of these setups A+ if the criteria is met. First things first, I want you guys to note Apple's relative strength. Okay? It stayed sideways when the market sold off aggressively. That is a sign of relative strength, right? It held up despite the market going lower. All right, so that is important going into this trading week because if the market gets strong, we already know that Apple has that relative strength. If Trump sends out a stimmy of 2K, I'm going to take that 2K and I'm going to throw it all on limbo or SPX 0DTs. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Actually, I don't know. I definitely would get the stimmy because I'm broke. But I heard that people, wealthy people, rich people will not get it. So I'm happy I'm broke. I will definitely be getting a stimulus. No, it's hard out here, man. Ain't that right, Turbo? Went from eating Friskies to great value. Shit is rough, cuz. Shit is rough. Got rid of the M3. This is my new whip. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all my new whip. Hold on. Cashed out on this bitch. Hold on. I need PPP. I need QQQ. I need AAA. I need all the loans I can get. Yeah, I got that Flintstone 101 M series. Hell yeah. Shit. Motherfucking catch me strolling. Catch me rolling. No bullshit. Yeah, this is the Flintstone F3. I gotta get a car seat for it though. That's it. The feet mobile. There you go. Next we got Tesla. Tesla showed nice weakness last week's session, and I think a lot of people are going to be fooled with this weekly bearish engulfing. Two things can come into play here, and that's what I'm watching. Number one, major demand 415, major supply 440. Watching for the bearish scenario here is 440 failure for rejection or below 415. Those are the two bearish scenarios on Tesla. Now, the bullish scenario is pull back, hold 415, reclaim 440. Tesla will squeeze back into 460 plus. Okay, so the big decision-making levels here are going to be that 440 and 415, okay? Next, we have AMD. This chart's simple as 225, right? That's how simple this chart is. Major demand, right? Above it, we're bullish, right? Look for that pullback, hold for longs. Above 236 on AMD, triggers that squeeze higher. Long as AMD's above 225, bullish. But if we lose, what happened? If we lose 225, that's the A plus short setup. Back down into 207 and lows 200s. Very, very nice chart here. Very, very nice chart. Next, we have Amazon. This is also a beautiful chart. Macro break and retest here off this previous all-time high structure and demand. Game plan is as follows. If we're above 239, 240, I'm bullish. Watch for that pullback, hold for longs, or watch that break and hold above 246. That's where we can get that squeeze back into this structure here at 250. Above 250, we're back into all-time highs. So Amazon and Apple are the two top long watches this week. Look very, very good for us. Yeah, those are run flats. Next, swing watches. Coin. This is the A plus swing setup if we can hold. I'm going to explain why. Daily 200 MA. 0.5 retracement. Most importantly, a macro demand. This is an A plus swing setup. Got that massive bullish pin bar off of that demand. As long as we're holding 290 on coin, I am mega bullish here. This is the A plus swing setup. Right here, right now. I'm going to enter this on equity. Smack dead on Monday morning. And if we get a little pullback, I'm going to grab options. But this is the A plus swing setup. Long as coin is above that daily 200. Okay? Next, we have Dollar General. Identical setup. Major demand, number one. Number two, this is also at 382 retracement. Number three, this is also that daily 200. Coin and Dollar General are both A plus long setups. Swings for the week ahead. Okay, these are my 2 top watches. Fucking beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Again, we're already in UPS, but I'm gonna enter most likely both of these charts. Dollar General and Coin. Both of these charts are A+++. Daily 200, major demand, 0.382 retracement. These are A+ setups. If you've never seen an A+ swing setup, this is what they look like, right? Obviously, we have that indication off those lows. This is it, okay? MicroStrategy. Also, a potential A+ swing setup. Macro demand. Back in 2024. Right? This is huge. Right? Daily bullish divergence. Major demand. These are my top 3 swing watches, okay? Pull back, 230, 220 and hold on MicroStrategy. Go long. Above 244, go long. That's simple, okay? Coin, number 1 swing watch. Dollar General, number 2. MicroStrategy, 3. All 3 of these are A+ setups. UPS, like I said, we're already in. We entered off this macro demand, but I just want to show you guys the confirmation for us to continue to hold. Triple bottom, failure to go lower. Reclaim of that structure. Now we got that daily higher low. I'm looking forward to entering more options here because this is now our higher low, right? So if we can get another pullback here on UPS, this also is my top swing watch. I think we can get back up into this 110 level fairly quick. So, yeah, we have swings on top of swings this week. Not even joking. Every single one of these are damn near A+. Like, no bullshit. Target, A+ swing setup. All right, look at the significance of this demand from back in 2018. What I'm looking for here is this weekly higher low to come in play, which we got the low. We just need that strength, and we can go off of that after holding that major demand and that failure to go lower. So this looks very good. We got that nice strong closure Friday session above those previous lows. This is excellent, man. All 5 of these names, these are going to fucking print for us, right? One of them will at least, right? So we got at least 1, if not 2, A+ swings. And now that we have a cushion on that 5K account, if we get this coin entry, I'm slamming it, right? This would be the first risk-on trade in that account. I'll probably enter with like 3 or 4K. And yeah, that's our opportunity to honestly double it, right? That's our opportunity to double it, because if coin goes off this demand, we're going back into 400 plus, right? If this swing plays out how I think it will, off that daily 200, we're going back into 400 plus. If Dollar General plays out like I think it will, this is going back into 124 and filling that gap ultimately into 140, right? So if we can hit these with some size, our 5K account will turn into 15K, potentially even, 20K really quick, right? If you catch a trade like this, as I'm expecting it to play out, like Dollar General or coin, this is what makes your week. This is what makes your month, sometimes even makes your year. Like my large account, if we get the right entry and I get to build size into it, we're talking about a 6-figure trade. A paper trade. But yeah, these are trades that you lock in on. Gold, let's check it out. Yeah, man, this is a beautiful chart, but remember, guys, you don't want to be long right here. Yes, we're strong, but if we fail, right? We broke, we failed. So if we get weak here, this is going to have a very rough road down, okay? So if you want to be long on gold, you're looking for something like this, okay? 40.35 is tonight's structure. You're looking for a higher low for longs or above 40.55 for longs, okay? You don't want to be long into it, right? You want to wait for that confirmation. NQ, you guys know what I'm watching. ES, you know what I'm watching. And yeah, man. That's what I'm watching this week. And, we got a couple extra moments here. Let's go ahead and get this giveaway out of the way, and then we'll do a Q&A. Smack that like button, man, if you guys haven't. Show some love. We'll go ahead and get this first giveaway started right now. Keyword, we'll keep the We'll keep this alive. The triple in. That's the key word. Good luck, everybody. We'll do the giveaway real quick, and then we'll do a quick Q&A. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. We'll put 30 seconds on the timer here. Good luck, y'all. Uh, 5 seconds. All right. Good luck, everybody. Tanner Ellis, 4497. Please type in the chat. Say here before this gets to a minute. If this gets to a minute before you type, it's going to the next person. Hate to break it to you. Where you at, cuz? Oh, shit. Here? Alright, man. Congratulations, Tanner. Alright. We'll do one more for good luck. Reset entries. Keyword is going to be FST. Good luck, everybody. And then we'll do a Q&A. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Do 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 do. Do do do. All right. Good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Landon Foster. That name sounds very familiar. I hate the new update that YouTube did. It changed people's names to, like, I don't know what it changed them to. So it's like hard for me to keep up. Well, yeah, man. Just type in the chat before this is a minute and you're good to go. Where we at? Where we at? Uh-oh. What's going on here? NQ is still cooking. Nice, nice. Oh, shit. I forgot about the giveaway. Hold on 1 second. All right. Good to go. Congratulations, Landon. Congratulations to Tanner as well. We'll do a quick Q&A and then I'm out of here. Whatever you guys got, man. Trading, business, entrepreneurship, personal, doesn't matter. I'll answer it. I want to say, man, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. Seriously. I do, man. You guys know I've been doing this for 6 years now. Yeah. Or maybe a little bit over. And I don't ask for anything of you guys. Right? Just show up. You don't even have to like if you don't want to. But yeah, man. Hopefully you guys walk away with this, with something, whether it's a game plan, a little bit of knowledge. And yeah, man, I'll continue to do these Sunday lives, continue to live trade for free on Fridays. If you want to trade with me daily, just check the pinned message, and there's your opportunity there. The only way to join is through that, because I keep it closed. But yeah, man, again, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Congratulations to 2 winners, Tanner and Landon. And yeah, man, whatever you guys got. Do you spend as much time charting ES and NQ before? Yeah, I always watch ES and NQ. Always. How do I determine my levels? Based off the chart, previous price action around certain areas, big structure, pivots, right? I'm not gonna go super in depth. Obviously, that's for my mentorship. But you know, if you pay attention, you could probably put the pieces together. What do you think we could get the 5K account by the end of next year? There's really no telling, right? If you catch a great swing, like I think we will with Coin or Dollar General, like a trade like this, let's say we, use 3K, right? We could fuck around and catch 500, 600, maybe even 1,000%, right? Like if we get a month out and this works out how I think it will, you could turn 3K into 15K, right? You could turn 3K into 30K, right? So I think, between Coin, Dollar General, MicroStrategy, or even UPS, I think one of these trades is going to double that account easily, if not a few of them, right? So this is going to be huge for the 5K account if we can catch one of these. What percentage of your account is reasonable? I would say 5%. 10% is a little aggressive. Everybody's risk tolerance is different, right? So do not ever, try to base your risk based off someone else's, right? There's only one thing you can control as a trader, and that's your risk, not anybody else's. I use TradeSyncer, yes. When should you start trading under a business name? Once you're trading for real, right? Like trading is, your main income, which even then, I don't encourage anyone to use trading as their main income because, 1 month you could be red. Next month you can make 6 figures, right? Like you still need to have a solid income, right? Trading, you can make a hell lot of money, right? We all know that. But, unless you have a solid nest egg up, you don't want to rely on trading, right? That makes it that much harder. Multiple streams of income is the way. Left lane car reviews. If I'm trading Apex and lose 30% in a trade but make it back in the same day, am I good? No. They're probably going to deny you for that, but just trade another 8 days and you'll be good. How to combat trailing drawdown Apex. Make sure you're taking profit into the move. Right, so if you're dealing with trailing drawdown and you're long, make sure you're selling as it ticks higher, right, as it goes up. If you're short, make sure you're selling when it goes down. Don't give it that wiggle room in between here. Say you're long and you let it pull back, right? This whole pullback's going to eat into your trailing drawdown. So, yes, it's going to result in you selling early sometimes or missing out on some of the move, but you want to keep that high until you get over that trailing drawdown, and then you can, you have that freedom because after you get above the buffer, you're good to go. There is no more trailing drawdown. Once you get above the buffer on Apex, there's really no rules. You don't have to worry about news. You don't have to worry about anything, right? So once you get above the buffer, there's really nothing to worry about. Can we do an eval passive? Yeah, these conditions are prime for it. Last week we caught multiple trades on NQ where one contract would have passed, right? Friday. We went short on Friday right here, right? One contract from our entry, you would have passed an eval. Just one contract. Listen to this, guys. From our entry right here, right? One contract was $6,000. One contract. That was for a mini. If you would have grabbed a micro, right, that would have been $600. But if you would have grabbed one mini when we went short on Friday, you would have made $6,000. At least $5,000. Okay, see, now someone's asking good questions, right? You guys asked the wrong questions. How do you skip? Okay. Another discount? Yeah, eventually. Second year full time in my lens, currently at 100 credit. Nice, man. Growth is growth. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned psychology wise in your journey? Trading wise? The most valuable psychology lesson. I would have to keep it, pretty coiny, right? Like, control your trading, or your trading will control you. Like that's the bottom line, right? Like if you don't have the patience, discipline, and self-control, your trading will run your life into the ground, right? So it's like, the psychology tip is, work on your internal struggles and you'll see those external results. It's most important, right? Like I talked about that on Saturday when I did the Zoom is, trading is much more than pressing buy or sell, right? There's so much outside of that which matters much more than pressing buy or sell. Anybody can press buy or sell, but how many people can trade properly with no emotion attached to it, right? And actually execute when they need to execute, hold when they need to hold, stop when they need to stop, trade when they need to trade, not trade when they don't need to trade, right? That's the hard part. The hard part isn't looking at the chart. The hard part is dealing with your emotions, which we've known to feel our whole life. So in terms of psychology aspect is, working on those internal struggles, who you are as a person, because, naturally we aren't geared to trade, right? We all know that, right? We're not meant to be traders because of our ability to feel how we feel on a day-to-day basis, right? Emotion. So you have to literally tame what has been untamed your whole life, which is, controlling your emotion. Everything you do is emotion based, right? Whether you're happy, you're sad, you're upset, you're anxious, you're anything in between, right? But yeah, you got to be a great loser too. And that's another thing that we're wired not to do, right? Nobody wants to be a fucking great loser, right? Like whoever said, yeah, I want to be a loser, nobody. But if you're pursuing trading, guess what? You have to become a great loser, right? You're not defined by your wins. You're defined by your losses. Losses build and shape you as a trader, right? Losses, they're a big L, right? You can look at them as a loss or you can look at them as a lesson. From every loss, there is a lesson, even in some losses, right? There might not be a direct lesson, right? Let's say you have a perfect plan, you executed, you stopped out when you were supposed to. Sure, that trade might not be a lesson to you, but that was a lesson to you that, hey, you are now instilling the discipline needed to become a profitable trader. So yes, there is a lesson in every trade. The lesson on a trade that you stuck to your plan is, hey, the lesson is you're doing what you're supposed to, right? So that's the lesson to yourself. And then, a trade that might not have went your favor and you did something wrong, there's value there for you to learn from. So that's the big portion. And I can guarantee you, right now there's almost 1,200 people across the board here. I would say less than 10% of you guys trade properly. And what I mean by that is you wake up in the morning and you prepare properly for the market, giving yourself an hour and a half to actually digest what is happening that morning going into the trading day, whether it's economic data, preparing, looking at charts, creating a game plan, going into the trading day with an actual structured game plan in terms of when you trade, what you're trading with, and then actually once you execute, trading with an actual plan. Hey, I'm going to do this if this happens. And most importantly, prioritizing what you can control, which is managing your risk. And at the end of the trading day or over the weekend, journaling, right? I can guarantee you less than 10% do so. And, the other 90% scream, I'm trying, I'm trading. There's a difference between showing up and pressing buttons than actually trying to trade. And so my favorite response to that is to the people who are saying, well, I'm trying, right? Well, are you really though? That's the big question. It comes down to how bad do you want it and are you willing to do what it takes, right? Trading is the hardest way to make easy money. So until you actually, and again, I'm not saying you have to give 100% of your time to the market. I'm saying give 110% of the time that you do have to the market. So if you have an hour, give 100% of your time there. But yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it with me, man. Hopefully you guys got value from this. Tanner and Landon, congrats, man. Be sure to DM Dom_TA_DON on Discord to get your prize. And yeah, man, I'll see the majority of you guys in the morning for live trading as always. And let's have a great week. Let's keep this momentum rolling. Last week we didn't take a single loss, and that's not normal. That's not sustainable. We will take a loss, right? And we all know that. But been on a heater, man. Let's keep it up. You guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys in the morning. Peace, everybody.